Okay, right now we're about to go through the Watson activation process, activating a new customer. First we're going to log into the training portion of it, since we're just not actually taking a real phone and activating it. And the username and password is usually train22. So we've typed that in ahead of time. We're going to go ahead and hit next down at the bottom. And we're going to see what options it gives us. First off, we're going to get the option of adding a new personal account, adding on either maybe getting a family plan together or individual line. You can also add on to existing accounts. So if you have a current family plan and you want to add on an additional line later on, this is also where you would go. But we're going to go ahead and go through the new account process. So we're going to click on new personal account, and we're going to choose the market. So here we're out in the Dallas-Fort Worth market. So we're going to look for Dallas. There you go. And well, let's go ahead and do you want to use? I can do mine. What you're going to want first is definitely identification, a driver's license, and so here we're going to fill it out as if it was me. So Justin, last name Porterfield, Porterfield. Okay, and just go down to address, 1821. Azalea Drive, Azalea. And then city, Savannah. Yes, age. Texas, 76227. Luckily for the social on the training, you don't have to say it in, so you just put in just make it up. And January 01/07/1981, and ID. We're good. Took driver's. Right here, it's asking for my driver's license, or if you use a passport, it gives you the option of changing it, but it defaults on driver's license. 817-501-5676. Oh yeah. I got it. Yeah, you don't want to put dashes in there. Close enough. Alright. How many devices would you like to activate? In this case, just one. And then it asks for a new account password. Some people will put their own password in there. Others will just put in 1234. That way they can change it when they leave the store. And then also too, you're committing right now to a credit check. So you need to make sure the customer is aware that we're checking their credit. Now, in the training process, there's no credit check that's ran. It's automatically going to come back with the same results every time. So they're going to go ahead and hit next. Oh, it's we must not have enough digits. Okay, we've got to punch in there. So go ahead and let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay, waiting for credit check. There we go. Okay, so we're doing a personal. This is also our option. If you want to click up there, just to see what it's going to give us. It's also at this point we've already chosen personal. This is where you get the option of also choosing a family plan. So what type of family plan or a regular plan? I'm going to go ahead and do the $59.99. So it's going to be right up here, and we're going to click next. Here, let's say I'm going to go ahead and get a sidekick today. So we're going to get sidekick unlimited, which would give me unlimited text messaging, unlimited internet access, and instant messaging. And I think that's going to be it at the moment. So let's go ahead and hit next. And just verifying my primary billing address. Now, right here, we're probably going to, just for the sake of the training, hit send me a monthly bill. So if you click on yes, up at the monthly bill, you won't have to put in the credit card information. If they want to be billed direct withdraw, you can punch in their credit card information, and every month it'll just withdraw. So go ahead and do this. Now at this point, we need to enter in the SIM card number from the phone. You can find the SIM card number on the side of the box. It's the top number, or the SIM card is also inside. So we're going to again put in a makeup number. think it's 15 digits. Yep. And then the handset IMEI number, which is also found. That's also found on the back of the phone as well as the box. So we're going to punch that in. And I don't know how many digits this is. It'll tell us if we get it wrong. Okay. I would go up to the top one and add more digits. Okay, area code prefix, we're going to do 469 is good. And the vanity request is if you want to request try to request the last 4 digits of your phone number. We're going to skip over that. Actually, I believe in a real activation process they've canceled that. That's not even an option anymore. It's telling us when the begin service date is. This is important, especially around the holidays. If someone wants to buy a phone for their son or daughter and give it to them on Christmas, they don't want it to be activated till December 25th or whatever the holiday or graduation. So you can actually postpone the activation up to 30 days. So it won't actually become active while it's sitting under the Christmas tree or something like that. And then of course service agreement English, we're going to hit next. Okay, I'm all done. The last thing I need to make sure is I print one copy for the customer to take with them. So we click on service agreement and there's the little print icon and it's going to print out for us right now. And the last thing I would say is you always want to make sure that you explain to the customer the return policy, depending on where you're located, what state. Most states it's 14-day return policy, that they won't be penalized. After 14 days, if they cancel their account, they will be charged $200 per line early termination fee. Go through and of course cover their bill, what they're going to be paying as a prorated, as well as what their reoccurring monthly bill would go. So other than that, once we've printed it out, taken care of the customer, last part is just to ring it up. When we ring it up, we scan the phone, we punch in the stock number for whatever type of rate plan they chose. And then of course any add-ons, like I added on the Sidekick Unlimited, so I'd want to make sure I added on the $19.99 or higher add-on, data add-on. And if there's any free giveaways at the time, make sure you ring that out. At that point, if there's any balance on the phone, take the payment. Could take up to 24 hours to activate the phone, but most of the time it's pretty much instant. So other than that, we're all done. Pretty easy. Alright, we're here with T-Mobile's iCam. Now, before we jump into this, we just want to make sure everyone's clear on iCam and what it is. It can be found, easiest way is a link on the SID's main menu or also on the T-Mobile training link. Once you've clicked on iCam and you come into the login process, you want to make sure that you use your username, which usually is RITS, and then it follows with the abbreviations of the city and state with a number. You're going to use your username, and the username also is the password. So we've punched in ours right here. We're going to click next, and we're going to get started. And so what we're going to use iCam today for is to find out if we're eligible to upgrade handsets. And if we are, if the customer's contract is expired or 1 month from expiring, it'll give us the opportunity to renew a contract, thus giving them the deal on the phone that maybe we had in the ad or whatever the discounts and rebates are. So we're going to click agree here that we're authorized to do this. Alright, now we've got to look up the customer's account. Easiest thing to do based on this is get the last 4 digits of the social security number, 1979. And then the customer's phone number, main account, 801 414 3923. This is actually not a training process right here. This is actually the real deal. So, this process right here is actually what you're going to be doing right now with the customer. So execute search is on the upper left-hand corner. There I am. You're going to click on my name. If you're doing someone with multiple lines, it'll come up with multiple phone numbers to choose from. Okay, so this is the account verification. You need to have their driver's license, and you need to verify that they are authorized, they are the person on the account. So we're going to go ahead and click on Justin Porterfield and my address. And you've verified that now off my driver's license. Oh, you gotta have one more. That's just.
So at this point, is it actually good to actually have their driver's license and use it?
Yeah. The only reason we did it now is she's already seen it. Okay, so I've got my customer account information up. I look here and I find out, that actually the only line on this account is this one. If you have a family plan, you're going to have multiple numbers on there. So right now we're going to just click on my phone number. This is the account that I would want to upgrade. It's going to give us also options of changing features. So if a customer comes in and says, man, I really wish I had unlimited text messaging because my kids always go over, this is where we would go to add on the additional services. So right now what we're going to look at is handset upgrade. So click on that. And it says, oh, I am eligible. So at the moment, we're not. If we click yes right now, it'll bring us into the login screen again. And once we re-log in, we just renewed their contract for 2 years. So you're not going to do that. We're not going to go that far. Right? But you can see how easy it is to renew their contract. Once you renew their contract, it just says, do you want to change your voice plan? Of course, I'd probably say no. And it'd say, do you want to add any features? And I'd probably say no. And I'd print the contract, and that's it. For this part, though, it's also nice. We're not going to go ahead and click on it, but down at the bottom it says add and delete features, which allows me to take off maybe protection of the phone, or if I want to add on any of the data plans. And then there's also a change price plan, which will allow you to change your rate plan. It will renew your contract, but I can always jump up or down on that. So as you can see, there's plenty of things here. Also to the left, it gives you account information, which is where we are now. It gives you billing summary. You can also set up Easy Pay, which is the automatic credit card billing. And there's also some other information, view account history, credit information, and so on. So this is a tool that you can use to add and remove features, as well as upgrade and renew their contract so that they can get a new phone. Looks pretty easy. All right, great. We're just going to log off right there. We're back with T-Mobile covering the phones. Don't mind the frames behind me. But what we're going to cover is just a little bit about the handsets. We want to kind of look at it and break it down into categories of phones. Like we've got your fun phones with great text messaging capability. Just about everything takes pictures these days. Your Blackberries, your Windows mobile phone devices, music phones, and also any of your unlocked phones. And we'll touch on the T-Mobile at Home system, just so you feel comfortable. Really today, everything pretty much takes pictures, so we can really just look at if someone's looking for great pictures, we can point them probably in the direction of the higher megapixel camera phones. We'll also talk about in the end, we've got some new phones coming out. But let's start off with the Sidekick series. We've got the Sidekick LX, and we call this the Sidekick 2008. And really what we're looking at here is a device, it could be used by anywhere from the younger crowds who love text messaging. We're going to get a full QWERTY keyboard on both of these devices. And one thing that really is an area probably we miss out on is the hearing impaired community. The Sidekick devices all have for free the ability to make the TTL phone calls where you can actually call up through this device, type the message, and the operator will talk to the person on the other line. So we've got this system right here, internet browsing, pictures. Other than that, stereo wireless Bluetooth. One of the fun things about the Sidekick, this is the LX and the 2008, is they use a standard stereo microphone jack. So I can actually plug it into my car stereo system, I can plug it into my home stereo system and listen to music. And what I really like too is the stereo wireless Bluetooth technology that there are some other phones have. It allows you to enable stereo wireless headphones. Motorola makes a great pair. Listen to your music, and then if you get a phone call, it'll pause your music, switch over to the phone call. So really cool device. One thing we ask is make sure that you talk to your customer about the data plan for this. Sidekick uses the Sidekick Unlimited for $20 a month, giving you unlimited internet, text messaging, and picture messaging, regular text messaging. So make sure that you do add that onto a program, and that'll also get you an additional SI. So let's move along to the next category. We're going to talk about Blackberries. Most people are familiar with BlackBerry since they've become very popular systems. The actual Pearl has become a very trendy piece. What's so special about a BlackBerry? Really what we look at is possibly the gateway for email. And this system has the ability to work really well with email systems when it comes to corporate offices and the work environment. They also give you the ability for accessing internet. These systems have Bluetooth, which will allow you to connect to a computer and actually take the internet off here and use it on your PC or Mac. That's a wonderful system as long as you have the data plan. So again, who are these good for? We look at the business person as definitely a target. They need to stay connected. And then also too, really the younger crowd has gotten to the point where they've loved the text messaging devices on these, but it's become kind of a fun, trendy piece, and it gives you all the full internet access and text messaging that you want. Just to point out on the Curve, one thing that's unique about the Curve is it's going to allow you to use the hotspot at home system, which means you can use a Wi-Fi network and make phone calls through it using the Wi-Fi network. That could also, with the added T-Mobile Hotspot at Home plan add-on, would save you minutes. But it's also great if there's an area where you have a Wi-Fi signal but your phone doesn't get as good a service, and that'll allow you to connect to the internet to make the phone call. So this is one of the unique pieces to the Curve. Also want to look at Windows mobile devices, which are both fun and can be business oriented. I'm looking at the Shadow and the Wing. The Shadow is a more compact version, but what we're looking at here is running a Windows mobile operating system. And that means I've got Office, mobile Office. I can go through there and run PowerPoints off of it, Word, Excel, and do my expense reports off of this device. It's also a picture and video device and a full media player. So pretty much all the little applications you can do on a computer, you've got a miniature version that'll take your business anywhere. Between the two phones, we've got a sliding keyboard here, and we've got the small compact keyboard here. So that's kind of one of your major differences. Great picture quality, great video quality. And again, when we look at what do we need to add on to this device, we want to make sure that we look at the data package. The data package is again $19.99 for unlimited internet, text messaging, or not the text messaging, but internet and the instant messaging. And that's again another program we sometimes forget to add on. Who will use these? These have been found, the Wing has typically been more of the business person. However, we've seen a younger crowd in popularity, the Shadow. The Shadow does have a little bit nicer look to it. It's lighter and smaller. But they both support video through Windows Media Player, as well as your music, stereo, wireless, Bluetooth, so you can enjoy the freedom without wires. Let's move along to some of the other phones here. I kind of picked these phones out as more music and lifestyle phones. They definitely do target a younger crowd. Both of them are a little bit more enhanced in the way of MP3 use. So instead of carrying your phone and your iPod with you when you go out and jog, you can actually take your phone with you, and both of them are equipped with stereo Bluetooth wireless technology. So you get rid of your wires. You can jog, you can listen to music, and when the phone rings, you can answer the phone call, no problems asked. They use expansion slot capability with micro SD, so that does give you a lot of different options. Both excellent with your 2.0, 2 megapixel snapshots, and the Moto Riser right here is actually going to give you a very powerful flash. It's actually LED light. So I'm just looking at these two pieces as fun lifestyle type devices, definitely probably targeted to the younger crowd. And then last, before I go into the T-Mobile Hotspot at Home, just pointing out a few unlocked phones. A lot of people ask me about unlocked phones. What that means is there's no contracts involved. You can use it here, you can use it in Europe, you throw in your SIM card. There's no ability to, or no limitations or structure there. We also have the Nokia available, the N95, but these devices, really where we're going to look at is the Sony Ericsson with its 5 megapixel still shot capability. So we're getting a phone, but we're also getting a decent picture that we can actually print. And again, with the systems here, we are dealing with a phone that's capable of supporting a high-speed network, so you can upload your pictures on the internet, possibly ritzpix.com. These are 3G compatible, and as we've heard, T-Mobile will be going 3G in October in 23 major markets, I believe it is. So we'll have a phone that's available to use as a phone, as well as an high-speed internet device to upload your 5 megapixel pictures.
So G3 basically gives you high-speed internet access.
Near entry-level DSL speeds, so
Okay.
Somewhere close to that. Last, I wanted to look at too, T-Mobile at Home. And this is a new device. It'll allow you to do 2 things. The first thing is the newest thing that I'm excited about, is it allows you to have standard home phones, but they go through the internet. So what we've looked at is you now get rid of your home landline phone and use the T-Mobile at Home for only $9.99 a month. So what I'm able to do is hook this to my existing high-speed internet and plug in a phone line, which we have SIM card slots in here to be able to put in there. And I could pick up, and I've got unlimited local and long distance calling for $9.99 as a home phone. The second thing that this does is it allows you to connect certain phones that are hotspot at home compatible to your wireless network, and when you're on the phone, you're not burning up minutes with the appropriate plan. And if you have weaker signal strength, especially in areas where you have basements, the hotspot at home router will allow you to get service throughout your house. So it's been a really great deal for some of the technology to give you possibly a big cost saver. Excuse me. And as well as giving you expanded coverage within possibly a home. So these are the main areas we've looked at, primarily the groups of phones, who would be using them, what are some unique things to talk about with the customer, to get excited about with the customer. And really that kind of wraps it up. So when you're talking to customers, qualify them, get that customer-friendly selling going and find out their needs. Once you kind of get their needs, you can nail down a variety of different groups of products and get them a great deal, get them all signed up with T-Mobile. So
We got a couple emails coming in from across the nation. You got Kevin in Gainesville, Virginia, and he's asking, well, can you use the unlocked phones with any of our plans?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Unlock means freedom to do what you want. You can even go, if you go to Europe or somewhere else where they sell the prepaid SIM cards, you can pop in the prepaid SIM card and use it over there. So it's pretty much a freedom system.
How about the Google phones? You might talk about that?
We were going to cover that in just a second, yeah. And we'll go ahead and cover that right now. What we're looking for in October is some exciting news with the wireless industry and Ritz Camera. We will be picking up the much anticipated Google phone. The Google phone will be also unlocked, but it's going to be an open platform system, meaning within the system there will be software developers creating programs, kind of like the iPhone, but with freedom. It's not proprietary. So you'll be able to do much more. I know that you're limited several ways with the iPhone in the way of not being able to share internet from the phone to a computer, which has been something that I've used quite a bit. So you're going to get a full freedom. And the new operating system that they're working off of is so easy to use, but so powerful and fast. It's nearly limitless to what people are going to come up with. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. We're also going to have a lot of new pieces. Like I said, T-Mobile will be going 3G in October, almost across the board in all the major markets. And that's going to mean high-speed internet through your phone. So just wanted to kind of give you a heads up. And other than that, do we have any more customer questions?
Yeah, I got one. So, what does this mean for our business? I mean, we've been there's Mark in Richmond. He's asking, what does all this mean for our business? I mean, we've been expanding on phones. How does the new Google phone increase our ability to service our customers?
Well, the phone itself has become much more than a talking device. It is a communication device. It's also an entertainment device. It's a lifestyle product that revolves around our images and video and music. So just like anything else, our business is about taking care of customers' needs. And that's going to be an area that's going to really improve not only their productivity, but also too entertainment-wise. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We want to make sure that we're there to offer the customer what's going to be a much anticipated product. You have a lot of people out there really hyped up about this thing. So
yeah, Karen in Tennessee, she wants to know how much money can she make off the unlocked phones?
Unlocked phones vary, sometimes anywhere from $10 to $20. You always want to check your current SI list. Of course, the biggest money is always involved with the T-Mobile contract phones. And so whenever you activate a phone like this and you get a new contract, you're going to get the money for the phone, which is usually about $20 depending on the handset. You're going to get additional $15 for the contract, the 2-year contract. And then any add-ons, like for example, if I get the Sidekick Unlimited plan, I've just made myself another $15. So I don't know, I'm not pretty good with math, but 20 and 15 and 15, we're looking at some big money there. So overall, you probably want to go with the T-Mobile contract phones if you're looking for the best deal for the customer and the best deal for yourself. But we want to offer all options for everyone's needs. Any more questions coming in?
Well, I think they're all excited. We're getting the yays, especially with the new iPhone coming. I mean, Google phone coming. That was a big Freudian slip. And I think the last thing is just, what else? What other kind of transitions can they make? Because I think I'm seeing a bunch of those come in. There's questions about, well, how do they approach customers about T-Mobile?
Well, first I'd say you need to be comfortable with the system itself. So you want to be comfortable with accessing the system, the prices, the handset upgrades, and the activations, so that you feel comfortable approaching customers. Some of the biggest things, today are customer walks in. You could say almost every customer out there will be walking in with some sort of a wireless device, wireless cell phone. And really it's just about that customer-friendly selling of talking to them. You may be sitting down at the print bar and you see them set their phone down. Ask them about their phone. Ask them what they like about it. Ask them, how they use it. And at that point, you're kind of qualifying the customer, even though we're not really involved in a phone sale yet. And once you've developed a few pieces of information in that comfortable level, it gives you an opportunity to go, hey, did you know I have this? Or I have something that you would probably do really, really well with. And also too, sometimes I got to show you the coolest new toy we got in. That Google phone, when that comes out, that's going to be something that you can go around the print bar and show people, and you're going to have probably 1 in 10 that may have possibly heard of it. And Google's gotten so big out there, you're going to have people out there looking for it but don't know where to buy. So that's kind of your opportunity to transition from any part. Just talk to your customers.
Perfect.
All right. Well,
Thank you, Justin.
Cool.
Thank you, callers and emailers out there.
All right. Have a nice day.